Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We have a Star Citizen Alpha 3.24 EVOCATI update. There's also a load of juicy information on Alpha 4.0, ships, engineering, the Banu merchantman, stuff like that coming out of a Star Citizen Q&A that some CIG devs did at a recent Taipei Star Citizen. We also have a This Week in Star Citizen update as well. So let's jump into the Star Citizen Taipei Q&A because it's the most juicy of the information here. There was a load of information coming out and I'm going to go through a quick summary of the info here. This is from Reddit and from Eradicated Prime's videos on it. What ships will actually make use of the resource management network and the engineering gameplay in Alpha 4.0? Resource management and engineering is focused at multi-crew ships mostly. Relays obviously aren't going to be in fighters or single-seater ships, even ones with interiors. It's less likely that they're going to have fusers or relays or whatever. In 4.0, up to 15 of the most popular ships should have been set up for the resource management network. However, all ships will support the system, even if it doesn't make full use of its new gameplay. The resource management system replaces the pipe system that they sort of previously had. It is quite time intensive though, so it will be a while before all ships are migrated over. The Gladius and light fighters, they only sort of had like one engineering mode, thus there isn't really much in the way of engineering gameplay for them. But the more overarching sort of systems of component repair, replacement, and all that sort of stuff does exist for them. You just might have to fly out of your ship and do your repairs and replacements and stuff like that, if you can. What is the gold standard for ships? What's the definition of that? So there's not currently one definition for it. Each ship has its own vision of what its gold standard is. It loosely means it's sort of fully up to date. It's sort of previously meant ready for release. But yeah, it's fully up to date with the current systems when it's gold standard. However, if a ship is gold standard now and new systems come into play, it won't be gold standard anymore. They often go back and update ships. Ships might be brought up to gold standard multiple times over the years. The Gladius is a ship that they keep sort of raising up to gold standard. It's one of the hero ships from Squadron 42. They use it to balance everything else around it kind of thing. The Constellation needs some rework to modernize it. I agree. Is the Carrack's retractable canopy going to be useful? So ship glass is extra tough. Basically, it's transparent metal. The Carrack's retractable canopy will add additional protection, but it's not going to be a huge amount of difference. How will ship resupplying work? So you're going to be able to use like tracked beams to reload missiles and stuff like that. You could do that now to a degree. Ships will have resupply points where you can put other items, munition, food and stuff like that in them. Large ships like the Idris, Javelin, capital ships might have multiple points inside where you can load food, ammo and supplies, like a resupply area or resupply point, and those required resources will get distributed across the ship on their own. With ships like Cutlass Red or rescue ships, are we going to be able to scan for life signs? Obviously, pinging for life signs would be super useful. There are no concrete plans for ships being able to scan for people though. It's more about the ability of the radar to be able to scan for people. So if there is a specific radar that's capable of doing it, then it will be able to do that. I have to wait and see. I suppose if they've got a person's got gear on them, they would have a signature, right? So you would still be able to scan for signatures. I personally, my BoredGamer opinion is that we will see something for that because they'll want gameplay for search and rescue that's more than just you having to visually spot people around. When we scan a ship at the moment, we can actually see all the crew IDs as well. So they are aware that you should be able to scan for people, and for bounty hunting it's useful, things like that. Will there be a Crusader starter ship? There's always a possibility, and that's sort of the goal, to have a starter ship for each manufacturer. There were potential hints that there might be one in the works that was teased at last year's CitizenCon in the 10 sort of ships they showed there. So that's not 100% confirmed that it's a Crusader starter ship that's going to be sort of released or shown later this year, but it looks likely now. Will ships float on water? So they want ships to be buoyant in the future. They don't want ships exploding when they go under or on the water. Ships already look and react better with the new water updates, but there's still a lot of work to do. However, there are no current plans for ships designed to float on water, nor for boats in the persistent universe, at least in the near future. There will be boats in Squadron 42, however. Are they planning to change the names of ships or manufacturer of ships in the future? So the Mirai Fury used to be a MISC ship. They changed the colour to be a Drake ship as well. Name changes will typically happen before players have the ships revealed to them. They don't want to change names later, if possible. I think the Banu Defender originally was called the Minuteman in concept, so names might change from concepts, ideas or whatever, before players see them typically. Paint schemes and paints. All ships will have various paint schemes and skins and ways of customizing them and painting them in the future. They typically, at the moment, give more popular ships more skins and prioritize them. Is the Misk Raptor going to be released one day? So for people that don't know, this is a glorified street sweeper. It's in Squadron 42. It's an asset for that. This actually hints at maybe it being obtainable in the future in some way, but it would be literally, I would say literally useless, but people would find, if it can clean stuff, people want them. They're silly. Will Alpha 4.0 actually come out later this year? They said that the server meshing tests that are ongoing at the moment are a good sign for Pyro this year. The change of 3.23.2 being renamed to 3.24 does not change the release goal for 4.0, which was roughly the end of summer. It was just a rebrand of the patch as it contains a load of major cargo features. There should be a number of Pyro playtests before CitizenCon was said as well. So the implication, in my opinion, is that 4.0 is planned for around CitizenCon, which is on the 19th/20th of October this year. What's happening with the Banu Merchantman was a question that was asked. So they're not currently working on the Banu Merchantman. When the Defender was finished, they were hoping they'd be able to share sort of assets and parts between them, like doors and art and that sort of stuff, like they did with the Hammerhead and the Idris. But because of the way the Banu Merchantman is structured, that's sort of not possible. It's very unique, and it's one of the reasons they decide to move resources onto the RSI series of ships with the Polaris, Galaxy, and Perseus, because they could more easily share assets between those quite big ships. Got any more updates on the Polaris? They are really happy with the interior for the Polaris at the moment. The engineering room is being worked on now. Apparently this is quite different from the original concepts. There's a big room where a load of giant components are located. Torpedoes will be loaded via a track similar to those found in distribution centres, and they will be expensive since they are size 10. So yeah, some awesome information there coming out of that Taipei bar citizen. Really looking forward to the Polaris. We should be seeing that later this year. 4.0, it looks like it's going to be CitizenCon-esque time, but almost certainly this year. Let's hope. Let's do a quick summary of this week in Star Citizen. So CIG put up a post, what we can expect this week. Xeno Threat ends on the 25th of June at 8 PM. That's 8 PM tonight at time of recording. There's a big focus on Alpha 3.24 at the moment, and yesterday there were some issues with the EVOCATI build they tried to put out. So they said, we found the causes of some server deadlocks in 3.24 stream and have started cooking a build to test this internally with fixes. This won't make it into EVOCATI's hands today, but we'll discuss it tomorrow if the fixes take. The deadlock was caused randomly after a player leaves the shard, so it would have only been on the PTU like a few minutes at a time before breaking. Hopefully this build holds through the live QA team testing tonight, so we can get something viable for tomorrow, which is now today. You can expect EVOCATI tests to be running throughout the week. I'm very keen to get my hands on that 3.24 build. So what else is going on this week? Later Tuesday, they've got a Galactopedia update delving into the universe's lore, but sometimes this gives us some tangible expectations of gameplay and the future of expectations for some bits and bobs. Wednesday, they will be publishing their bi-weekly, they say, and which is actually fortnightly or twice monthly. So I get confused by the term bi-weekly because it effectively has two meanings. It can mean twice a week or once every 2 weeks, but it's once every 2 weeks. What I'm telling you is there's going to be a roadmap update, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it has some updates for 4.0 in there. Thursday, we've got a new Inside Star Citizen looking at level design. So they're going to be talking about core concepts of level design, processing them through experiences learned in the Stanton system, and applying them to new locations in Pyro. Friday, you've got a Star Citizen Live. It's going to be another two-parter, exploring the process of creating a new cargo-specific mission for Alpha 3.24. Making Missions 2 starts at 3 PM UTC on Friday on the Star Citizen Twitch channel. If there is any tangible development information there, I will make a video on that or include it on the sort of weekend news stuff that I do. For RSI subs, the new Jump Point magazine will be turning up by the end of the month, and that will have a detailed dive into the Drake Ironclad, among other things. boom! That's it for your Star Citizen updates today. I'm really interested of what you thought about the Type A Q&A stuff. So what do you think about engineering, gameplay, and only up to 15 of the ships being made ready for it in 4.0? Is that what you expected, or did you actually expect to load more ships? 15 of the most popular ships is actually quite a lot. And obviously, if you include a load of ships that don't really need all the stuff, then is going to be quite a widespread change. There's going to be loads of other updates in 4.0 as well. Are you confident for a Star Citizen Alpha 4.0 by CitizenCon? Or are you confident that 4.0 won't even come out this year? Are you looking forward to getting involved with the Alpha 3.24 builds? Or more of those server meshing tests, which CIG have been running on the tech preview build on and off over the last few days? Whatever your thoughts or questions, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Apologies for any weird sound you can hear in my background. That is because I'm having the flooring done. Something that you might want to treat yourself to is NordVPN, though. NordVPN.com/BoredGamer. Just check that out in the links below. Discounts on that. It helps support the channel, gives you better security, accessibility, and privacy on the interwebs. Also, if you like to use your eyes looking around, then maybe you want to get yourself a Tobii eye tracker, which is on sale at the moment. This gives you natively supported eye and head tracking at very high precision in Star Citizen. Check out all those links below. Click them all. Buy them all. See if I care. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and for June we are giving away a Freelancer Miss, which is a fantastic little multi-crew missile boat. We're also bundling this with a Pulse, the little tiny bike with the big laser on it. You'll get lifetime insurance on both of those and a Star Citizen game package. So all you need to play Star Citizen, all you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during June. Good luck to you. Also, if you want to further support the channel, please consider clicking the join button under my videos. It really does help. There's also Patreon on loads of affiliate links and stuff like that down below in the video description and in the comments, so check those out, and that helps the channel out too. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great June. Thank you for watching to the end, and don't forget to click all the things down below, or at least the things you want to click on.